This is the tweet that we're showing our viewers now. Does Donald Trump have a case there?
Well, if you look at turnout in every single primary and caucus state, I think without exception, there might be one or two exceptions. I haven't had a chance to scan all the data from Super Tuesday, but clearly, Elaine, in many, if not all of the states, turnout in the Republican primaries and caucuses is higher than 2012. That is suggestive of an energized Republican Party. Now look, parties that are out of power for 8 years on the presidential level typically are energized. Certainly the Democrats were in 2008 when they had the campaign of Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and John Edwards. But it's been a long time since Republicans have shown up in these numbers. And what the Trump campaign argues with some justification is it's not just Republicans who are participating. It's people who had given up on politics entirely, who had no partisan identification, and even independents, and in some cases, in certain states, Democrats who have crossed over to vote for Donald Trump because they're attracted to his populist economic message, among other things. So Trump does have a credible case to make that, look, if you care about turnout and you're interested in energy and grassroots activism, a certain amount of that is being driven by the Trump campaign. Now, obviously, you have still in this race Republicans like Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz who have their own following. Ted Cruz especially. They are also driving turnout, but Trump is, more than those two, responsible for this uptick in turnout. And his campaign looks at the Republican establishment and says, why can't you see what's happening? More voters are showing up. He's winning more races than he's losing, and is for that reason on a path to the Republican nomination. The Trump campaign would like Republicans to chill out a little bit on this score. So far, they're anything but chilled.
Major, as you know, Dr. Ben Carson is dropping out of Thursday's debate. He says he doesn't see a path forward for his campaign, so there'll be 4 candidates on stage. When you look at the delegate race as it stands now, what do the rest of these GOP debates even matter?
Well, they matter because every time there's a debate, there is a chance for issues to be raised that haven't been raised before. We certainly saw that in the debate in Houston, where Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio basically emptied the kitchen sink of long-standing opposition research against Donald Trump, talking about his hiring of foreign workers at Mar-a-Lago in Florida, Trump University and the civil litigation going on there, other aspects of Donald Trump's either political or personal life. All those issues were raised in a way that they had not been before, and some of them have gained attention and, in some cases, traction with the American public. So debates matter in that sense. And I can tell you something that's just happened before we went on the air. The Trump campaign, for the first time, released a detailed, by its standards, detailed policy paper on health care reform. Now, that is not a coincidence, the eve of this next debate. Why? Because at the last debate, essentially Donald Trump clung fiercely to one talking point and one talking point only on health care reform. That is, allowing insurance companies to compete for customers across state lines. This policy paper has far more details than that, and it's a reflection of the fact that the Trump campaign understood in that debate performance there weren't nearly enough specifics when Donald Trump dealt with the issue of health care. He intends to have more of them tomorrow night here in Detroit.
Yeah, I remember, Major, you asked him after the last debate whether or not he needed to brush up on some homework. Essentially, it looks like they're releasing at least some of that research tonight. Major, thank you so much. Appreciate it.